Your nails are pretty.
Welcome. This is Judith Conrad with EugeneIntuitive.com. I'm here doing a podcast. It's been a while since I've done my last one. And I invited Luana to come in and join me because we have so much in common right now. And the world is going through this breakdown. And we're looking at going deeper and how to find that inner peace, how to find what helps us go through the breakdown so we're ready, so we are the catalyst for the breakthrough, and that means that we're looking at our own self, we're going deeper. And so Luana, introduce yourself, who you are and what you're about.
Oh my God.
No
Okay.
pressure.
I'm just your average, woman.
Forget that average.
Trying to do my best to get through life. I've always claimed that love is the way, way back when, and doing my damnedest to prove it, but being shown that not everybody thinks the same way I do, and in that I've had to take on many lessons and many traumas and a lot of pain and figuring out how to get through all of that. And I think I've done a pretty good job in doing it, and I'm still claiming that love is the way. So
I like that motto, love is the way. Perfect. Okay, I think it would be perfect to grab a card because both of us read the same deck here.
Yeah.
How about that for starting out?
Okay.
All right, I'm going to shuffle them once. I'll take a card and you can take a card.
Okay.
And remember, whatever card we pull is perfect. And I know I'm going to relate it to the topic of going deeper.
Okay.
So the 10 of Wands for me is it's oppression. Underneath it all, I have the sparkle. Notice the sparkle there? And these two Dorjies are sitting on top of it. And so I get to look at two different things maybe that are holding me back or haven't been resolved in order to move forward. So how does that relate to you?
It actually says on there oppression.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be.
I don't see it as oppression.
Good.
I see it as a way up.
Mm-hmm.
All of the things that life gives you to work with takes you to a much more expansive way of seeing things. And the orange in the background is fire. I just relate it to something uplifting rather than something oppressed.
Good. Like I said, the background for me is more important than the two Dorjies sitting on top of everything. But it's just kind of a heads up for me, and maybe it is for some of you, that there's a couple things that you actually, what I'm getting is you need to take a stand on. Very much like you were talking about earlier, you're taking a stand of being who you are and not holding back because of someone else. Go for it, baby. So,
well, yeah, I have allowed people to walk all over me, unfortunately, and it's even though I've felt myself as a strong person all along and evolving all along and aware of things, I still, because of my soft heart, I have to say, I have allowed, instead of taking charge, allowed other people to take charge for me.
Okay.
And in doing that, I've made a lot of mistakes.
Very good.
And
you're learning now.
Oh, I've learned.
Very good.
I have learned.
What is your card? Ooh, mastery card.
I don't have my glasses on.
It's the Prince of Cups. I'll show the audience here.
Okay.
Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so based on our theme of going deeper, break down, break through,
Yeah, cups, of course, is water, which is emotion, which is taking all of the emotions you have gone through in your life with the idea that it's all for love. You're just moving forward and deeper into that perspective.
Perfect. And I see that he's in this chariot getting ready to dive into the water, into the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
He's planted seeds and now he's ready. He's getting ready. I mean, I think all of us have so many tools that we can use, and it's kind of a time maybe to just look and see of the
Mm-hmm.
sparkle underneath of all the gifts that we have
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
this lifetime and maybe in other lifetimes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well, I think it brings forth the idea of every lesson that you have only makes you a better person.
exactly.
It's life working through you, not to you or
Yes.
on you. And so um, to be able to keep that perspective helps you move forward a lot faster. Um, Getting rid of blame, taking
Hmm.
responsibility for
Mm-hmm.
yourself, for how things have come down. Yeah, life is hard, but it is doable.
It's doable. I have a philosophy: life works, my life works,
Mm-hmm.
and people and things around me work.
Mm-hmm.
So when I can sit in that comfort zone, that whatever's happening is perfect, and I can, I can move forward with it, with the knowing that I'm. Oops, I got to get this back up again. Knowing that I have the tools.
Yeah.
And not everyone has the tools.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like to help people when they come in for sessions to be able
Mm-hmm.
to, just, you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So many of the tools are just simple.
Yeah. Well, I think a big lesson is just don't take life so personally.
Right.
Just it's really not all about you.
Really? Oh, okay.
And with of course that goes back to Don Miguel Ruiz's book, The Four Agreements. But it's so true. It's your perspective and how you decide to deal with things that is more important than what is actually going on. I mean, that's the lesson anyway.
Right, to lighten up
Yeah.
and just realize that it's happening as it should be or could be, and that you can make a difference. You can
Mm-hmm.
change.
Yeah.
And I think by listening to your inner guidance, that high self, that inner guidance, that soul essence, please remind me of what I'm here to do,
Mm-hmm.
because I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to forget. I want to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Remember.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, it starts out with really making a commitment to want to live your best life.
Ooh, good.
And in doing that, you have to, accept lots of different ideas. But you take the ideas that work for you, the theories, the
Mm-hmm.
perspectives, whatever. They might not work for the next person, but if it resonates with you, no matter what else is going on, you just take the next step towards making the difference that you want to make in yourself and in the people around you. And
Mm-hmm.
it's one step at a time.
Baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
Baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I find is when I get into judgment, oh boy, it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I'm decorating it.
Yeah.
So if I'm judging someone else, I way back when I was young, I remember someone told me this. If you're judging someone else, that gives them kind of like a two-way street there,
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
they can judge you. And so stop it and I like Ken Blanchard's 1 Minute Manager, catch them doing something right. So
Mm-hmm.
even if it doesn't agree with my belief system, according to them, that And who am I to judge and say, you're wrong, because I don't walk in their moccasins.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
just all of you, just think when you're judging someone else, that gives them permission to, that's just my philosophy, to
Yeah.
judge you. So,
And remember the other day when I gave you that quote, Robert F. Grant, the whatever you judge, you attract.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
kind of in the same ballpark of
Mm-hmm.
of that. Yeah, judgment and non-forgiveness are, they could be the two Dorjies that I'm seeing sitting on top of here. That would certainly dull my flame. So
Mm-hmm.
with forgiveness, tell me about how you feel about forgiveness.
Oh, it's an absolute necessity. First, starting with yourself.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Starting with yourself, you have to know that you were doing the best you could with what you knew at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a simple statement, but it's so true. That because without forgiving yourself, you have no forgiveness for others.
Right. I think of times when I was judging myself and I wasn't forgiving myself. So
Mm-hmm.
those two kind of
Mm-hmm.
interact with each other. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I like the what is the Hawaiian philosophy, Ho'oponopono.
Mm-hmm.
Please forgive me.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
Please forgive me, and I forgive you. So when please forgive me, because maybe I had something to do with what happened there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's just a thought, and it has worked, even though I think they used it on the prisoners, and they would just focus on the energy of the prison and
Mm-hmm.
keep saying that. And yeah, your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, I've used that myself. You know, being in and out of different spiritual communities, you
Right.
pick up different ways of doing things, and Ho'oponopono was one of them, and I've used it over the years.
Right.
You know, to forgive myself. So, yeah, it works.
I know it. I love it. To love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, catch people doing something right.
Yeah, exactly. Encourage what's right. Don't, feed into what's wrong by criticism and blame and those things that don't really work for anybody.
I know it. So I like to be open to new possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
So in the middle of this breakdown, where things are changing so rapidly, and there's a lot of fear, and
Mm-hmm.
so how do you?
My theory on that fear, especially in the spiritual community, the whole thing about spirituality is you have faith and trust in the divine.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you hang on to that fear when if you truly believe that?
Exactly.
So I think people just need to man up,
Woman up.
woman up, and live by what you truly believe. If that's what you truly believe, that will eradicate fear. Trust in the divine. Trust in yourself. Once you know who you are as part of the divine, you have to believe that it's all for good. It's all for love.
All for love. Ah, that is so, as you said, divine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like to keep things simple.
Mm-hmm.
Before I used to be I would set goals and do all this stuff and go networking, do this.
Yeah.
And I just turn it over to the simplest possible, being in my little home, my haven, and just being happy with what I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have enough.
Yes.
And I look around and I have more than enough.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate everything. I appreciate all my friends. I appreciate the ones I don't know yet. I appreciate the clients that I haven't seen yet. And I just appreciate doing a podcast with you. This is fun.
Yeah. Gratitude. It's key.
It is. It's
For the
gratitude.
simplest things.
Okay. So do you have a closing, some words of wisdom for the people?
I just think it's an important time to take responsibility for who you are and your place in what is happening today. And that's how you go deeper, is to just know that each one of us has a responsibility to share the gifts, the God-given gifts that we have.
Right.
And just actually live by the things that we've been expounding as spiritual people. Trust in God, trust in source, trust in yourself. Just really trust that it's all for the good. It's all for love.
Love it. That's a wonderful close. And I want to leave this one quote for you. I unconditionally love and support you just the way you are in all your magnificence.
Mm-hmm.
Breathe that in. We'll see you on the next podcast.